So today's video is my second update for my rolling Project 10 pan. I'm really super excited for this. I do have some progress made. So if you'd like to see what progress I've made, if I have any rollouts, well then, keep watching. So my name is Marie and I am a beautiful mess. Here I approach makeup from the viewpoint of the novice. So sit back, relax, and come on a magical makeup journey with me. So like I said, this episode is update number 2 for my project pan, my rolling 10 pan project. I do have some progress made. I do not have any rollouts though, sadly, but definitely learning more about these products, and I am incredibly thankful that I started doing this year. All right, so without further ado, I'm just gonna start from the top and work my way down. So the first thing in the project is my Too Faced Hangover Pillow Balm, and I have this in the shade Watermelon Kiss. This was brand new when I rolled this in, and I don't know how I feel about this. It has taken me about a month and a half to use this up like this. So when I weighed this in February, this weighed 37.46 grams. And when I did the update, I did my weigh-ins on March 12th, and this weighed 33.58 grams for a total use of 3.88 grams used. After I weighed it, I did remove the stopper, so that is all that is left down in there. So I definitely anticipate that I'm going to be using this up in March. The thing that's really pissing me off though is there is a whole bunch of product on the bottom, and the wand is not long enough to get down there and scrape out the bottom. So I may have to invest in a makeup spatula because this was expensive. Even though I got this half price in the Ulta 21 Days Beauty sale, this was expensive. I do like this product. I don't know if I'm going to be repurchasing it because I have been using this as my lip balm. And I don't know what's going on down here, but I have a dry patch of skin, and it's making me wonder if it's this that I'm using. Because when you put this on the lips, it is minty. It has like a tingly feel. It's not supposed to be a plumping formula, but it definitely like gives a minty tingly feel on the lips, which usually I love, but my skin just must be so aggravated from the cold weather of the last gasps of winter that this might be aggravating it. This is almost gone though, and I will be rolling in something else when it does. You'll have to stay tuned to next month's episode to see what I roll in. Item number 2 is my Physicians Formula Powder Palette Mineral Glow Pearls in the shade Translucent Pearl. And I had been wondering if I was actually getting any use on this. When I stick my finger in there, product does come up, and the weigh-in absolutely does show that there is some progress made, even though you might not be able to see it compared to last month. So at the weigh-in in February, this weighed 56.83 grams. And when I weighed this on March 12th, this weighed 56.78 grams for a total of 0.05 grams used. I've been using this every day that I put makeup on, which is at least 5 days a week because I go to work 5 days a week. And I have been using this underneath my foundation to try to give my matte foundation a little bit of a glow. Really couldn't see it through it because that foundation is really, really thick. I just don't know if this is doing anything, you guys. And it kind of makes me sad. We're gonna keep using it and until I get sick of it and see what kind of progress we can make on this. I do not anticipate pan anytime soon. Item number 3 is my e.l.f. Camo CC Cream, and we definitely have some progress being made here. I will be completely satisfied when this gets down here and I can see progress down here in the clear part of the tube. I do have this in the shade Light 280N, and I have been trying to make this work with lots and lots of different things, which is really exciting to me because I've never tried to do that before. I have tried to put the e.l.f. Halo Glow underneath it. That really didn't do much. I've been trying to put my highlighter underneath it. That really didn't do much. And then I started putting on the Say Glowy Super Gel underneath the foundation, and that seems to be giving it a little bit of a glow, but it's still really thick on my skin. So today I actually tried mixing it with the Sephora Moisturizing Skin Tint, which is also matte, which is way too runny and thin for me. And I did like the consistency of mixing these two together. I'm going to have to see the wear on it today to decide if I will keep doing this combination. That will mean that progress will slow down on this. I usually use about 1.5 pumps, and today I used only a pump of it in conjunction with the Sephora. When this weighed in at the beginning of February, this weighed 39.20 grams. And when I weighed this on March 12th, this weighed 33 grams even, for a total use of 6.2 grams, which is crazy to me. I have been using this every day. I am rarely using anything else, mainly because this is going to expire May of this year. So I'm really trying to get good use out of it. I have hair on my nose, in my face. It's real life here, ladies and gentlemen. I am really trying to get as much use out of this before it goes off. I'm enjoying it, so I'm not hate panning it, but I do not think that I would repurchase this, because to me, if I have to use another product with it to make it work, then this is not worth my time. But I do want to give it love and use up as much of it as I can before it expires in May. Next up on the list is my CoverGirl Powder. This is the clean powder foundation for normal skin. And this is what it was looking like last month. And this is what it is looking like today. You guys, we hit pan on this one, which I was not expecting at all. So you see the pan here. It appeared about 2 weeks after my last update, and was not expecting it at all. So I am using this as a setting powder for my foundation and to give me a little bit more coverage in spots after I put on my bronzer, blush, and highlighter, in case I may need that. When this weighed in February, this weighed in at 57.34 grams. And when I weighed it on March 12th, it weighed in at 56.31 grams for a total of 1.03 grams used. So really excited about this progress. I did not expect to really love this. On days when I do not have time to play with a liquid foundation, I have used this on my face with a brush, and it's good enough to go to work in. So really unexpected there. This was a product I used to use back in the day as my only foundation because, frankly, liquid foundation scared the hell out of me. And this is not disappointing me now. So definitely loving that. We'll see how I feel about it as we continue to use it throughout the year. Next up on the list is my e.l.f. blush. This is in the shade Blushing. And as you can see, really not much progress here. You can see maybe that there's a little bit of a depression in it compared to last month. I was kind of expecting to hit pan on this because if you take a look, this pan is really, really shallow. But I don't know if I'm gonna hit pan before the quarter refresh. So what I was thinking is that I would give this love all throughout March. And then if I'm feeling it, I might replace this with a peachy blush because frankly, I have been feeling very pinky and peachy, and I've actually been using a secondary palette to help out my Lorac palette, which we'll get to at the end. But when this was weighed in February, this weighed 27.36 grams. And when I weighed this on March 12th, this weighed 26.86 grams for a total of 0.50 grams used. So half a gram, not bad, but I was expecting a little bit more progress on this. One thing I have learned about using this blush, I do not like blush that has glitter inside of it. So I will be staying away from that in the future, but would never have really realized this had I not had this in my project pan. Next up on the list is my NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Brightening Translucent Powder. So this is what it was looking like last month. And you guys, I was so super excited because I hit pan on this too. Completely unexpected, and I guess that's how it happens. Like, you don't expect to hit pan, it just kind of shows up, and when you do, that feeling of satisfaction it just abounds. So when I weighed this in February, this weighed 52.40 grams, and when I weighed this on March 12th, it weighed 51.69 grams for a total of 0.71 grams used. So I am using this to set my under eyes, and I started to use it to set my T-zone because I'm putting highlighter there anyways. A brightening powder is only gonna help that, and I'm really loving how that is looking on me. So really excited about that progress. I'm hoping to expand the pan in March, and this will not be rolled out because I can use this through summer, and we'll see how long it actually takes to use this guy up. Next up on the list is my e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. This is what it was looking like last month, and this is what it is looking like today, you guys. Lots of progress on this. I could not be happier. I have actually started to use this to prime my under eyes and have found that this works really well to help smooth out my lines before I use concealer. So really excited about that. I never thought to do that before, and now that I've started doing it, I can't stop. So when this was weighed in February, this weighed in at 45.32 grams. And when I weighed it on March 12th, this weighed in at 42.81 grams for a total use of 2.51 grams. So really exciting about that. It's more than I used last month. So using it underneath my under eyes really is helping with this. And I didn't like this product at the beginning, and now I actually really like it. I'm not gonna like it for the summertime because it's too slippy and slidey, so I'm trying to use it as much as I can before the hot weather comes, but I'm really enjoying this and did not expect that to be the case. Next up on the list is my Nars Bronzer. So this is what it was looking like last month, and this is what it's looking like today. I really don't see that much of a difference, and I'm actually starting to get a little disappointed with this one. I was really hoping that once I removed the hard pan that this was going to get some really good use on it. And the use on it has been minimal. I am using this as my bronzer all over my face and to contour out my nose. And I really love the color on that. But when I weighed it, I was a little bit disconcerted. When I weighed this last month, this weighed in at 22.80 grams. And when I weighed this on March 12th, this weighed 22.58 grams for a total of 0.22 grams used. It's about the same as what I used last month. I used 0.20 grams last month, and this month I used 0.22 grams. So there is steady progress happening on this. I just was hoping that I was going to hit pan, and here's hoping that that happens in March, because otherwise I might be losing steam on this one. Next up on the list is my Colorpop highlighter in the shade Stole the Show. This is what it was looking like last month, and this is what it's looking like this month. We have not hit pan on this. I do think that there is a little bit of a difference. I can see, like, here it's starting to pull away from the sides. So I do see some progress on this. I don't know if you guys can. I haven't looked at the comparison pictures yet. But according to my scale, there is some movement on it. So when I weighed this in February, this weighed 27.49 grams. And when I weighed it in March, this weighed 27.39 grams for a total of 0.10 grams used. Last month I used 0.51 grams. And I don't understand this because I have been using this underneath my foundation all over my face for at least a good 2 weeks before I moved to like the e.l.f. Halo Glow and the Say Super Glowy Gel. And I expected to see more weight difference on this, and there's less. So I don't know what's going on there, but I am continuing to love this as a highlight. I am using this in the highlighty place. I'm using this to highlight my brow bone. I'm also using it to highlight my T-zone. So really loving this. First highlighter I ever bought, so I actually want to see how long it takes to use this puppy up, or at least hit pan, before I get sick of it. All right, and last but not least is my Lorac Pro Matte Eyeshadow Palette. This is the oldest palette in my collection. This is what it was looking like in February. You guys, this is what it's looking like today. I am really super excited. So the whole reason why I started this project pan was because I had hit pan in the shade Linen here, and the thrill that it gave me was just exhilarating. Last month there were no new pans, as you see in the picture, and this month we have 4 new pans. The new pans are going to be in Bear, Corduroy, Chocolate, and Pink Mauve. So I'm really excited about that. I'm continuing to use this palette, and I will continue to use this palette throughout the year. What I've been doing with this up until recently is I have been doing either the brown look or the pink look. I've got the pink look on today. I had been focusing in on the brown look so that I could get good use on that, because I found I was gravitating towards the pink look more. And I'm using a helper palette in with it because I'm feeling all spring and peachy feeling. So I am bringing in my Too Faced Sweet Peach palette to help aid with this. For the first half of February, I had been doing either the brown look or the pink look, and then putting a Super Shock shadow on top of it from Colorpop or from Ulta or from Urban Decay. FYI, I have learned that Super Shock shadows are the way to go. No need to spend $9 or $22 on the Ulta or the Urban Decay ones. They are so good, you guys, and I'm a convert. After Valentine's Day, I had started to get sick of that look, so I was popping into the Sweet Peach palette, which, as you can see, there's a lot of the same colors in the Sweet Peach palette that there are in the Lorac palette when it comes to the browns. So I'm just continuing to use the browns in this palette, and then going in for like a topper shade for like Bless Her Heart, which is what I have on my lid today. Or, you know, if I want to throw a little peach in the crease when I'm doing the brown look, I'm going for one of the peachy shades in here. So that's what I was meaning about a quarterly refresh. I'm not gonna stop use on this palette. I'm just gonna use another one to aid it along so that I can get the looks that I'm being inspired to create. And why not? That's what it's all about, right, ladies and gentlemen? So I am using corduroy in my brows, and I have that in my brows today. I really did not think I would like a powder in my brows to help darken them up and fill them in, but I am loving it, and I'm gonna be continuing to do that. It stays put all day long as I put a brow gel on top of it, and I'm using a clear mascara right now as my brow gel, and I'm loving the way that it's looking. And then when I do the brown look, I'm using a brown eyeliner, and I'm using the shade Chocolate to set that brown eyeliner so it doesn't go anywhere throughout the day. And when I do the pink look like I have on today, I use a black eyeliner that's not liquid, and I'm using the black to set that black eyeliner. So I'm really excited about the progress on this, you guys, and it makes me wonder how long it's gonna take to actually hit pan on everything and actually use a full shade up. This is gonna continue to truck along for the rest of the year. So that's everything that I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I always enjoy when you do. Don't forget, if you like what you see, to hit that like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. It really lets YouTube know that you like my content and that other people with the same interests as you will like my content too. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.